Welcome all my YouTube fans and subscribers alike. This is a second update on my camper build. I was trying to use my other camera earlier and well, that just didn't work. I was showing off that Harbor Freight does not always sell crappy Japanese made tools, or Chinese, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody. Their tools, if you actually buy the correct ones and pay more than $2 for the tool, they do actually produce good quality tools. What I used today to screw all this down, and it's not 100% screwed down, is going to be the what is it? Chicago Electric 18 volt. It's an 18 volt. Alright, sorry about that. There we go. It's a Chicago Electric 18 volt impact driver. This is such a wonderful tool, I do have to show it off. Here we go. This is one of the best tools if you're ever planning on driving in a lot of nuts and bolts. This thing will countersink 6-inch long screws like it's nothing. The only downfall to this wonderful tool, and I'll demonstrate here. Say you put a bit in, whatever kind of bit. We got the bit, you're working, you're not paying attention, then all of a sudden, as you're just swinging it around like you'd normally work, you lost the bit. That's the only thing I would say to Harbor Freight. Y'all please have to put a better magnet in it. This thing is completely horrible as far as the magnet. Now the tool itself, it's wonderful. And as you can see, yes, I do have to charge the battery. I've used it on my update video when I was showing off the cabinets that I had made. I ended up killing it. Didn't realize it, but at least what I can say is it's definitely a wonderful tool. It definitely does hold a charge for a while. As far as updates, here we go. This is 11/32, I believe is how you say it. RTD pressure treated sheathing. I know there'll be some people saying, oh well, should have went with something thicker. Well, honestly, I was going to do 3/4 inch flooring, and after a lot of contemplation on what I'm going to end up doing, I decided not to. If this is all being held together on top of a 2x4 frame, which you definitely don't see most campers being that way. Most of these campers nowadays are done with 3-inch flooring, yes, but on a 2x2, it's going to be a 2x2 framing with like this one, the original one was done with some kind of thin aluminum skin on the bottom. I didn't like it. I feel like, yes, I did leave the cavity on the bottom side undone, but this is Florida. If I'm going camping or I'm bugging out, I'm not 100% worried about how cold it gets, because our winters don't really last long here. There are some gaps. Well, not really gaps. It's unevenness. That's because it's not screwed down. Little by little, you know, this is going to be a project to be done. I just wanted to update everybody on this, just to get everybody a nice look. This thing's actually starting to look awesome. And I know a lot of people say, oh man, that's going to be a tiny camper. Well, not really need nothing big. It's basically for me, my wife. If something goes wrong, we still have somewhere that we could bug out or go camping in. This isn't going to be a long video today. I'm actually worked a lot of hours this morning. I'm kind of tired. My goal at least was get the wood cut. And also in the update, here we go. This is something I definitely thank my friend Josh for. He's having the same issues I have with my camper, except his is a lot worse. We got donated. We got a nice pump, 12 volt, 40 psi pressure setting at 4 amps. The open flow rate is 2.8 gallons per minute. And I think the minimum, whatever, 10.6 minutes. Here we go. I'll give everybody a close look on it. Believe me, I was not complaining. Also, definitely I couldn't complain, is a nice new, well, it's new to me, water tank. I'd asked him what all the discoloration on the inside was, and he was telling me that I believe he filled it up with some kind of well water. That's alright. since this should be a food grade plastic, I'm going to I've got some sanitizer from when I was making beer. So what I'll do is I'll go through, rinse this out real good with regular water, probably do a bleach solution, a mild bleach solution, then top it off with a sanitizer that making beer. That should clean the inside, and I'll definitely will scrub the outside. All these hoses, I'm still figuring out what all these hoses are. I know this thing should have had a drain, and I'm guessing this would have went to the drain. I seen a valve on the side of the camper. Didn't pay 100% attention, but I believe that's what there should have been, the actual drain for this tank. There are miscellaneous wires. I'm guessing different features in the camper. I guess it would indicate full, low, etc. I'm guessing since these three are tied together somehow, that's what that be for. And this should be, I believe, a ground. Not 100% sure. Can't really complain. I mean, some of the hoses and stuff are there. Might have to, I'll definitely probably replace all that and go something a little bit more modern, newer. Some probably a little bit more sanitary. I'm hoping this tank can be cleaned out. As a bonus score, besides gaining a tank for this project, I've also gained, which I asked him if I could have it alongside with everything, we got the original door off the side of the camper. It's not bad. I mean, as you can see, yes, it's dirty. I will definitely clean that up. It's got the spot. Let me see if I can set this down. Sorry about the shakiness of the video. Here we go. This should be right here. This will hook up if I want to run just off of like a city water or something. Definitely will not be using that. Maybe if there's a way to fill the tank, I'll try to keep that maybe as a fill up. If not, I'll find a way to make some kind of cap to fill this up. We'll get this. Obviously this thing was open all the time. We got the vents. Not sure what that little hole's for. That's something to be determined. And as we can tell, plastic's brittle. Let's see. Oh, the cap opens up nice and neat. The cap's even got, if you can see that, it looks like some kind of, it's part of the holder, but maybe it's also a vent. And I'm not sure if you can see that. There is a little bit of dirtiness in here, a little bit of algae and stuff. Definitely going to clean that up. Oh, it's a good day. At least I've got my water system. As long as this tank can be clean and sanitized, there are no cracks, leaks, anything, which doesn't look like it. He literally ripped all this out within a matter of minutes out of his camper, and I really thank you, Josh. You just don't know how much that's made me happy on obtaining the tank. That was definitely been a helpful thing right there, because I was going to originally, let me see if I can zoom in. Nope, will not let me zoom in on this mode. But this is the tank that came with my last camper. Yes, this thing looks horrible. Well, from the outside it doesn't, but it's a galvanized tank, has the floor drain right there. As you can see, this would be the drain to drain it out, came through the bottom. Use copper tubing like all the old campers. This would have been the original style valve. I'm guessing this is bottom hookup. If you're camped to a sewer or something, this right here would have been your bulk fill up if you're dry camping, and this right here would have, it looks like some kind of air valve. I'm guessing so you could have pressurized it to run through the camper, because that's one thing it did not, well, I don't want to say it didn't have a pump. It did have some kind of a pump. Didn't really care for it. Didn't seem like it worked. It's not a pump like the one my buddy gave me. I'm guessing it was like a little air pump. It was supposed to pressurize the tank. I was looking at I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong, but I believe it's American Survivalist. I viewed his camper video. I believe it was him that showed the camper video. He had a tank almost like this, and his is about 70-ish camper. Horrible looking. It was about the same size, it was the same diameter, but like 3 times the length. He took off some of the plugs, kind of like this one here, took the plug off, complete rust on the inside. Well, the next step here is, besides getting my tool recharged, that's going to be the next step in this. We're going to recharge it. We're going to end up getting rid of the tool recharged, get out here, get this decking fully squared off. I'd like to definitely get it fully seated down, get everything done as far as all this screwed down. So I'm not, even though it's pressure treated, I'm still worried about warping and stuff. I bought a pound of 2.5-inch deck screws. Wonderful things. They're galvanized. They will not rust. It's going to be the last thing, which I've showed in my first video. Let me see if I can get out the lighting here. As we can see, this is good. This right here is the original part of the frame, where it did extend about another additional foot. The original camper did extend another foot out, but I decided I didn't want all that, as I explained in my first video. I believe I explained it. It's just better than what I'm designing now. The next thing, after everything's screwed down, we get some lag bolts. We're going to go right through the sheathing, or the flooring should I say, right through the 2x4 and right into this, all the way through. When that's bolted down nice solid, there's 10 anchor points. The next final thing was going to be, after all that's done, before we start making walls, I'm going to come in here, right off this, we're going to trim straight down. Trim this straight down, get rid of, we're going to get rid of all this. There's no point for it afterwards. I mean, you see the original mounting point's way out here. Just get rid of all this, narrow the camper up, make it for more basics. If I didn't explain it, the reason why I decided not to go wider was the way this thing is set up, and it's actually supposed to be done. The main reason is, if you notice how far this comes out way further than the tire that sits in. Well, the problem is, as you can see right there, about a good 1/4% of the tire actually sticks up past into the flooring. Well, I didn't want to deal with wheel wells and other things poking through. So, and I don't know, it just made changing the tire impossible on this thing. You'd have to jack it all the way up. Like this lug bolt and this one would have been, and this one right here, they would have been definitely completely submerged with the body. I would only be able to crack open, not even this one fully, unless I had a longer breaker bar or something to get in there. This would have been easy. Yes, if anybody sees these crappy tires, this does look good for the most part, but it does have dry rot. It doesn't hold air. I'm looking into possibly replacing these. Well, I know I've held everybody long enough up. I appreciate y'all watching my videos, and God bless America. Thank you, y'all.